guys, how are you? I am back, and you know what? I've been making clips all week and on my phone because my other camera that I bought, my Canon, it was making funny noises when I was videoing, like a rattling noise, and so I sent it back to Canon to fix. So I have been having to use my phone to make videos, and something about it going to iCloud, and then I have to download it from my phone. Anyway, every time I download it and then I try and make a movie out of it, then it all of a sudden goes back to iCloud where it wasn't downloaded in the first place. So I've downloaded my clips like 3 separate times, and still I can't get them to go onto iMovie and make a movie to upload. So I'm going to give you an update right here. And I'm going to stitch while I'm at it, because, you know, I have a week to catch up on, and I'm sorry that I don't have the clips to show you, because it was more than just me sitting here talking to you, which I'm sure you guys, you know, you don't need to be seeing me all the time, that's for sure. But what's been going on? We got home late Sunday. The kids went to school Monday. It is now Friday. Naomi has no school today because there's a kindergarten open house. And I have you on a selfie stick that is taped to my stand, and it keeps sliding down. So I just want to thank you guys so much for your support for Canada and for Alberta and for all the wildfires. And thank you for allowing me to talk about it and to express my concern and my heartbreak over what has happened. An update on that, if you guys are not getting the news in your parts of the world anymore about it, but the fire is still burning. It is actually, I don't know what it is today, but the last I heard it was 25 to 30 kilometers from the Saskatchewan border, and now the firefighters are just putting out hot spots in Fort McMurray and that area, because not only Fort McMurray was evacuated, but a whole huge area. 80,000 people were evacuated out of Fort McMurray, but then there were other areas that were evacuated as well. So I would say there's probably closer to 90,000 people that are displaced right now as we speak. They are still not allowed to go back. The only people that are allowed to go back into Fort McMurray are the services like RCMP, fire, obviously, the power people to help hook up the power, the water people to make sure that the water is clean and drinkable and get the water system up running again, and people who assess the damage. You know, people like that are allowed to go back into the community and give an estimate on the amount of damage that has been done and the cost that it will take to repair everything. And so it's all just a huge process. I think a lot of people are just settling into wherever they evacuated to. I think there's a couple of, I think Allison said there's some new kids in her class, because, you know, imagine all the kids that are losing out on school. You know, they're not going to be back in their homes for a couple of weeks yet. So imagine losing all of that school, and at the end of the school year yet, when there's all of, you know, the exams and stuff coming up for the high schools and, you know, elementary school. You know, it's a key time for them to, you know, gear up to finish it and to move on to the next grade. So people are just transitioning into what is, but you know what, we're Alberta strong, and we're going to stick together, and we're going to get through this. What else happened? Stitch Mania. I could do a whole segment on Stitch Mania, and I will. I will show you all my pieces, because I've been showing you my pieces all week, and all the clips are buggered up. So I'm going to do a quick, you know, stitchy update on my blog to show you. I am on I'm on project 3, because I'm doing a project every 5 days. So of course, before I left for the mountains, I did Friedrich, and then I did Once Upon a Time Sampler, which I think you guys saw. And then when I was in the mountains, I did ladybug, which I think I showed you guys, but I'm just going to show you. I finished a whole page, and so this is what is done. So I did this whole page here in the 5 days that I was working on it. And then now I am working on my new start, which is Catch the Wind. And I've been working on this for 2 days now. And so that's this one. And I'll get a picture. I'll get a picture of that, which is, I think I've showed you guys. Did I not show you guys? It's this one here. And along with that, I am doing my second round robin, which belongs to Lucy. And she's doing the owls from Bothy Threads. Is that how you say it? Bothy Threads? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't typically buy kits like this, or Bothy Threads kits, if that's how you say it. So I'll just show you guys what I've done. So this is 2 days worth of stitching. Today will be day 3, but it's just started. It's only 8:30. It's only 8:30 in the morning right now, and I've already done my workout, which I have to update you on that as well. I just did my 2-mile workout downstairs with Leslie, and I haven't even had my breakfast yet. But this is what I have done so far. I'm doing this guy right here, which is this guy here. And she stitches the opposite way of me, so the way that I've been having to stitch is I have to turn the piece sideways like this. So I stitch like this, and then I stitch my regular way, and then when you turn it the right side, then it's the way that she stitches. And then I also turn my chart to the landscape way so that, you know, I'm stitching it like this. And it's kind of weird, but, you know, you get used to it after a while. And then it saves you from the heartache of having to think, okay, I need to go the other way because I'm used to stitching this way when I have to go this way. So it saves you from doing that. If you just turn your fabric, then you can stitch your own way, and it'll be the opposite way when you turn it the right way. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, so that's what I am doing for this next 5 days, and I will update you guys on the 14th. No, the 15th. I'll update you on the 15th when it's the end of these projects, and I have to move to my next one on the 16th. For exercising and weight loss and all that kind of good stuff, my scale broke. I came home to weigh myself because I didn't have time to weigh myself on the Friday, and so I came home and I went to go weigh myself, and the scale wouldn't work. Now I don't know what's wrong with it, but I obviously need a new scale. But I don't really want to get hung up on the number. I am still eating clean as best that I can. You know, I cheat once in a while. I'm not going to deny that. And I did cheat when I was camping because, you know, you're camping. But I'm doing pretty good with that, and I'm still exercising 6 days a week. I'm exercising about 6 days a week with Leslie Sampson, and I'm doing a 2-mile high-intense walking workout with her. And so that's still going good. I measured myself because I don't have a scale, so I measured my waist, and I lost 3/4 of an inch. So that's okay. I still have a couple of weeks to go yet, but you know, it doesn't matter as long as, you know, you're exercising on a regular basis. Number one. Actually, number one is eating correctly, because that's where your weight loss comes in, is by eating correctly. Because you can exercise all you want, but if your diet sucks, then exercise really doesn't help when it comes to weight loss, right? It makes you feel good, but if your goal is to lose weight, then you need to eat correctly. So I'm eating correctly, and I am exercising. So I'm doing everything right. So if the numbers are not adding up as quickly as I would like, well then, what can you do about it, right? You're doing everything that you can do. So I'm not worrying about it. I'm not worrying about it. I will let you guys know when I get a new scale. I'll get a new scale when I go to the city next time. But by the end of my next month of belly trim, then I'll have a scale, so I'll be able to tell what my weight loss was for that month. So I'll update you guys on that when that happens. So another thing that I did, guys, and I had clips of it to show you guys, but you know, my camera, I did sort of an evacuation box. Now, you know how we all have stuff stuffed in our closet, you know, of, you know, all our pictures and all our, you know, mementos from long ago. At least I do. Well, if there was ever a forest fire, now if there was a house fire and you had to get out like right now, well then you just got to get out. But if there's a forest fire, and then, you know, typically when there's a forest fire, then you're on alert for evacuation, first of all, and then there is a mandatory evacuation where you have to leave. So in cases like that, where you're like, the fire chief comes to your door and says you got to leave, you got a half an hour to get out, then, you know, all that stuff that's stuffed in your closet, that, you know, all those pictures, you know, from long ago and before digital cameras, and you have all the hard copy pictures of your family, friends, and your life, basically. So I have pictures here and pictures there and pictures everywhere, so I put all the pictures in one box, so that if a time ever came that we did get evacuated because of a forest fire, then we can just grab the box and go. Because, you know what, everything else in this house can be replaced, you know. Clothes can be replaced, furniture can be replaced, as long as you're getting your kids and your pets out, everything else can be replaced. But you know what can't be replaced is pictures. All those hard copy pictures that you've accumulated over the years from long ago, before digital cameras, because my digital camera that I've had thus far, all those pictures are stored on like Dropbox. So you can store all your photos on Dropbox that are digital. But all the photos that you had of long ago when you were a child, those can't be saved. Those have to be taken out because there is no backup of them. So I have all those in a box, and if I ever have to get out, I could just grab that box and go. And then I also have another box of, you know, old, meaningful things that, you know, I have and my husband has, and it's in a box. So if we ever have to get out, we could just take that box and go. My third box would be, of course, my tickle trunk, which we just have to pick that up and go. And that's only if we have time, because of course stitching stuff can be replaced as well. As heartbreaking as it is to lose all your stitchy stuff, it can be replaced. And as heartbreaking as it is to lose all those finishes, they can be restitched. Although I wouldn't probably restitch them. But they are all in one spot, which I showed you guys earlier. They're all in one trunk, so that if a time ever came where I did have time to take them out, then I could. I don't have to go here and go there and grab stash here and grab stash there. It's all in one spot. And so I did that. And it's still in the closet, but it's just in boxes ready to go. You just have to open the closet and take the boxes and go. So I did that. Was it yesterday or the day before I did that? And so I feel a bit more prepared, although nothing really prepares you for something like that. But I feel more comforted knowing that everything is in one spot and it's all, you know, ready to go if that ever happened. So that's about it for the week, guys. I'm just stitching on my white flower. I am not going to be able to make my goal of finishing my frozen white flower. My typical goal every month is to finish a page, but that's not going to happen this month. I am moving to Esther's Wave on the 15th. Sorry, my calendar's over there, so that's what I'm looking at. Esther's Wave is on the 15th, and today is the 13th, so I only have really 2 more days to stitch on this, and this is all I have so far, which is pretty good considering the first week of May was pretty much shot. With the fires going on, I couldn't concentrate, and with us going camping, I didn't take this obviously. So considering I've only been stitching on it for a week, well, I did a lot of it during the fire, but not nearly as much as I would typically. So that's not going to get done, but that's okay because I'm still plugging away at it and it's still moving along. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay guys, so I'm going to call it a day here. I know it's only morning, but I don't know how long I've been talking to you here with all of my weekly update, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and it will be back to regular scheduled programming with more stuff besides me sitting here talking to you. But take care. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye for now.